Dr. Bonzinga here, because he already spoke tonight, because he's been very active in Ira about the health complications that come from the wind towers. I'm not sure if anyone here is really aware of that. So that's one issue that you all want to, check out. Call Dr. Bonzinga, he's right on that piece. The other question I have, I must have missed this somewhere. Everyone in Ira, you now have lease from, is this correct? And everyone is a go. I must have missed a meeting somewhere because I wasn't aware of that. But the town has now decided that's okay. And the property owners have all agreed. I'm not so sure I know about that.
So your question is specifically about the lease in Ira?
Well, I'm just asking about that town, and now I actually have residency here in Poultney, but interest of land in Ira. So my question is, somewhere I lost that piece that now Ira's on board, and you're now here in Poultney, deciding where you're going to put these in Poultney as well, or just having access into the ones in Ira.
Could you help me out? What is specifically your question?
Well, I have a lot of questions.
The time is just about
but
it.
I'm just
You can help us
are you
with the
just
clear
trying to
question.
find access from Poultney to the Ira side, or are you actually putting up some of the wind farm in Poultney as well?
Yes.
That's what's happening.
Jeff, do you understand the question?
I think so. Maybe there are potential sites in Poultney, West Rutland, Ira, and Clarendon.
And is this your first meeting here in Poultney with the residents?
It's the first community meeting, yes.
Okay.
We have met with the select board, but we have not had it open to the public meeting. And on the health issue thing, we've got a series of sheets here, and I would strongly encourage you, if you have any questions or concerns, whether it's something you read on one of these that we've prepared, or something you hear from an opponent or a critic, do your homework. Check it out. Go to the website. Read the study. Find out what it says. There's an awful lot of misinformation out there that you only have to peel back a very thin layer and actually find out what's actually going on. This one is on the health effects that have been scaring people, quite frankly. And a lot of it comes from the state of Maine, where there's a project, a very controversial project in Mars Hill, which, oh, by the way, is also a ski area. And this project in Maine has generated a lot of complaints, or at least some number of complaints from neighbors. And a study in England indicated that 20% of the wind farm projects that they surveyed generated nuisance, at least a nuisance complaint, or some number of nuisance complaints. The corollary of that is that 80% did not. And some of the claims that have come out regarding health effects are that 90-something%, I wish Dr. Bonzinga were here for this, 90-something% of people living within a certain radius of wind farms are getting ill or deathly ill. Well, if 80% of the wind farms aren't generating even a nuisance complaint, how do we know that they're getting sick? Since they apparently don't know it. This was reviewed by the equivalent of the Commissioner of Health for the state of Maine. She issued a report in June of 2009. It is available on the web. It has a lot of links to the studies that she reviewed. And she concluded, in my review, I found no evidence in peer-reviewed medical and public health literature of adverse health effects from the kinds of noise and vibrations heard by wind turbines, other than occasional reports of annoyances, and these are mitigated or disappear with proper placement of the turbines from nearby residences. Most studies show health effects of noise have been done at thresholds of 70 dBA, which is a standard of noise, or higher outdoors, much higher than what is seen in wind turbines. And you can read the whole thing. I just encourage you, there's a lot of stuff out there that, quite frankly, is designed to make you afraid. Get the facts, make up your own mind, check it out yourself.
So it sounds like, Jeff, you have some of your literature here, and there's other literature out there, and so folks can, we're not going to resolve this evening. So as suggested, research